My name is Sherrie Hay, and I'm a board member of the Lesser Slave Watershed Coucil. I've been there for a number of years, and it's just about time that I retire. I'm also the author of a book called Create Magical Moments. And one of the things I've been very aware of was yesterday, the magical moments that were created by this group. And I think each one of you are responsible for creating magical moments in terms of water usage in your own areas. One of the things that I feel that we're very, very fortunate in our area is the PM versus the AM. Now, I've sat on the council before Megan and after Megan. And I'm very, very grateful that we have got this young lady, a homegrown girl, to be the director for our council. We would not have gone anywhere without her efforts. Through her and the direction of the council, we have completed many, many studies on our watershed. But she virtually is the leader because she's the one who makes sure it happens. The rest of us, our challenges, are so involved in so many activities, we don't have the time to do. So Megan is the gal, and I want to just thank you personally. In terms of our successes, we've done some really good things in terms of outreach for educational partnerships, and that is continuing and ongoing. I also believe that our fishline recycling program, which we got off the ground last year, helped to raise awareness of the local population that we are a viable organization and we are doing, not just talking. And that to me is the challenge for all of you. We can all talk, but unless we can get the educational piece out there and educate our public, we are not going anywhere. One of the other big challenges for all of us, I suspect, is logistics. We all have huge watersheds, especially in the north, and in those logistics, each community is so very unique to get them to buy in to what we are attempting to do. One of the problems with the buy-in, as far as I see it, is the documents that we see, that we read, which are often scientifically based. My background happens to be that of an educator, and I've been involved with trying to not dumb down things, but trying to make them understood by all people in our communities. That's a real challenge. Because if you're expecting them to read these scientific documents, quite frankly, with less than 15% of the population having an academic degree, ain't gonna happen, darling. The other challenge that we have is getting things done in a timely fashion. Timely by, here's what we know is the problem. We identify it very clearly. Government, we don't have the resources to get this done in terms of our watershed. I think all of us are engaged in that same problem. It's common ground for us all. One of the other problems we have, because we live predominantly in a very huge Aboriginal place, is getting their involvement, and we discussed that yesterday. Again, it's common ground for many of us around this province. The opportunities then, as I see it, is identifying our common ground and what can we as a group collectively do around this province. The other part of that is we have such opportunity for growth among all peoples if we can convince people that water is a priority. Because quite frankly, if we don't have water, none of us are here. We're not alone. So again, I'm coming from an educational perspective. My big thing, and I push it in every one of our meetings, we've got to educate, educate, educate. And I'm very glad that we've now hired a fellow who has a background in PR, but who does not have a scientific background. Because he will take a lot of the information that we have and translate it into everyday language so we can meet everyday people on their ground. And that, I suggest to you, is a challenge for all of us. We have to translate the stuff we read and put it into everyday language. Megan, thank you for all the work you do for us. I am.